What is going on, Mousetrap? It is I, Teslamouse here, the coach of the Charlotte Beedrills of the PMU, the Pokemon Masters United. And this is my Week 3 and 4 team builder for the PMU. I will explain why we're doing both Weeks 3 and 4 and what happened to Week 2 right when the video starts. So I'll see you guys in about 30 seconds for the official team builder for Weeks 3 and 4 of the Pokemon Masters United PMU Draft League. Woo woo! Alright, it's time for the official team builder for the Pokemon Masters United PMU Draft League Weeks 3 and 4. But before we begin, you're probably wondering two things. First of all, what happened to Week 2 of the PMU? And second of all, why are you doing 2 weeks during the same week? Well, let me go ahead and answer those questions for you. First of all, as far as Week 2 goes, that was during the first week of my vacation where I went out to Illinois. There were two reasons why I did not do the battle that week. Number one was there wasn't really enough time for me to team build and whatnot since I was out with my girlfriend in Illinois. And two, the guy who I was supposed to battle, who is one of the owners of the league, was unable to connect to his Wi-Fi and he could only battle in Showdown. Now, you might be wondering to yourself, why is him playing on Showdown such a big problem? Well, the truth is, I don't like battling on Showdown and I refuse to, really. So he gave the option of either battling him on Showdown, or if he did not like Showdown, he would give us the 3-0 win. And I did decide to take the 3-0 win because this is a Wi-Fi draft league. I didn't want to play in Showdown. Granted, I will admit it was a bit dickish of me to do that, but still, again, I prefer Wi-Fi over Showdown, and it was a Wi-Fi draft league. That's why I joined the draft league in the first place. So that's what happened in Week 2. Now, you may be wondering, okay, that's fair, but did you do Week 3 during the second week of your vacation? Well, no, it was really busy that week, so I asked my opponent point blank if we could do the match the week I come back from my vacation, and he agreed to. So here we are, 1 week after I came back from my vacation, and we are ready to get the team builder on with. I take on point blank. I don't know what his team name is. Let me find out. Point blank of the Winnipeg Blue Blastoises. So that's who we are battling today. As you can see there's a list of all the competitors, the coaches, and their draft league names. And the divisions are on. There's a blue division and a red division. So, yeah. Anyways, this will be a double team builder for both my draft league matches because I also take on Carson of the Arizona DiamondStorms for this week. So so point blank is last week's battle and Carson is this week's battle. So I'm going to go over my team building for both of them in one video. I'm not sure if both battles of both Week 3 and 4 battles will be uploaded in the same video or they'll be separate. I've not decided yet, but you guys will definitely find out when the battles are being uploaded that day. But regardless, let's go over the team real quick. I rambled on quite a bit. We just want to get right to the team builder, right? Right. So let's go over Point Blank's draft first. Point Blank has Infernape, Slowbro, Amoonguss, Crocodile, Aromatisse, Miltank, Mega Aggron, Thunderous Incarnate, Goodra, Aerodactyl, and Delibird on his roster. He has a Firewater Grass Core and a Dragon Fairy Steel Core right off the bat. So this is going to be very interesting. I don't know what he could bring on his draft. I have to be really careful because I don't want to suffer a loss. Now, what I'm going to be doing here for my draft is I'm going to be running some sets. Now, let's go over the sets that I'm running. I'm going to be running a physically defensive Zapdos. It's my normal physically defensive Zapdos spread, which is copy-pasted from Smogon. 248 HP, 176 defense, 68 special attack, and 16 speed with a bold nature. The moves here are different than what I normally run. I'm running Volt Switch, Air Cutter, Defog, and Roost. And it has the pressure ability. Now, I wanted to have the static ability to deter physical attackers like Crocodile and Infernape, but I cannot have static alongside Defog and Air Cutter. They're not compatible because Air Cutter and Defog are Gen 4 transfer move. Well, static is a hidden ability that was released in Gen 6, so yeah. It sounds like he can send his Zapdos back in time for the gens, teach it, defog an air card, then send it back to Gen 6 with the stack ability. That's unfortunately not going to work. But we are going to be running a physically defensive Zapdos to wall out his physical attackers such as Infernape, Aggron, Crocodile to a certain extent. Also wall out his Aerodactyl possibly. Although if Aerodactyl does get a critical hit Stone Edge on my Zapdos is going to go down one hit, and that will not be fun. But Zapdos can take some special attacks because of its HP investment, its decent special bulk. It can definitely take some physical attacks because of its nature, EV investment as well. We're running Volt Switch to pivot out and such to get Switch Initiative if he switches out. We're running Air Cutter to hit the Amoonguss and the Infernape for super effective damage. I was debating running Signal Beam instead, so I can hit the Crocodile, but I figured hitting the Amoonguss and Infernape is more important than that. So we're running Air Cutter and Zapdos. Air Cutter is a 65 base power, I believe. 60 base power, 95% accurate flying type move, which has a high critical hit ratio. It's stab, it's super effective on Infernape and Amoonguss. Granted, I don't believe Zapdos' Air Cutter is going to do very much to Amoonguss, but let's just type in some sets and find out what the calcs are. We're going to go by level 50 calcs because we play by level 50 rules in the Draft League. You might be wondering why we have the level set 100 on our team builder for Showdown. It's because certain Pokemon can sometimes not learn a move unless they're evolved, and they don't evolve to a certain level. So we have to go by level 100 on the Showdown on team builder. But yeah, Amoonguss. So we got the Zapdos to spread here. I'm going to replace Heat Wave with Air Cutter on the Showdown calculator right after I get Amoonguss' defense set up. So let's go, are you defensive? Let's see what Air Cutter will do to Amoonguss. So Air Cutter basically does 43.4 to 51.5%. With a critical hit, it will do about a maximum of 76.9% and a minimum of 65.1. So there's a high critical hit ratio for the Air Cutter, so most likely we may get like a high damage roll on Amoonguss. Sadly though, Amoonguss won't die one hit to the Zapdos, especially since we're running a defensive one and not a defensive one. But let's see what Amoonguss, what the OU defensive set has for us. If it's any different. So Air Cutter actually does 59.9 to 68.7% with a critical hit, but without a critical hit, it's going to do 38 to 46.1%. So it's going to basically be like a 2 to 3 hit KO, depending if you score a critical hit or not. But we are running Air Cutter just to hit Amoonguss with some super effective damage, as well as Infernape. We're going to get walled out badly by Goodra. And also we're going to get walled out by Crocodile somewhat. But that's not a problem. I mean, we have other answers to those Pokemon. But yeah, I did decide on physically defensive Zapdos pressure as ability with Volt Switch, Air Cutter to hit the Amoonguss and Infernape, as well as Defog to clear away entry hazards, and Roost to recover back the HP. We are going to be running 2 entry hazard removers this week, them being Zapdos and Excadrill. Defog is in case Excadrill goes down and I don't get a chance to use Rapid Spin. So yeah, Zapdos is our first one that we're running against Point Blank this week in our Draft League battle. Next up is Excadrill. And unfortunately for me, I am put in a position where I need to run a Scarf Rapid Spinner, sadly, because I need Excadrill to outspeed the likes of Thundurus Incarnate and non-Scarf Crocodile. Excadrill will be running Earthquake, Ironhead, Rockslide, Rapid Spin with the Choice Scarf. It'll be a Jolly Nature. It'll be running 252 attack, 252 speed, 4 special defense EVs. And yeah, we're going to be running Rapid Spin to clear away other hazards if we can't get them away with Zapdos. So yeah. So Excadrill will be our fast attacking revenge killer while also clearing away entry hazards. Sadly, Excadrill will have to be Scarfed this round because we don't want to fail to kill off the Thundurus and get bought by a Focus Blast. That would not be fun. So Excadrill is going to be ran with a Choice Scarf. Next up, we got our Mega Diancie, and this Diancie is going to be different than our Week 1 Mega Diancie. We're going to be running a full-on special attacking Mega Diancie with a timid nature. The reason why is I don't see the merit for Diamond Storm. Granted, Diamond Storm could hit Thundurus Incarnate for super effective damage and knock it out one hit. But Thunderous Incarnate will already outspeed our Mega Diancie, so it doesn't really matter. We're going to be running Moonblast on Mega Diancie as stab. We're going to be running Psyshock to hit Amoonguss with super effective damage on the switch. We're going to be running Earth Powered hit and Aggron on the switch as well. We're going to be running Protect to get that free speed boost everyone loves. Granted, we could run Diamond Storm and hit Goodra on the physically defensive side, since Goodra is typically especially defensive mon, but yeah, I didn't want to sacrifice Protect for Diamond Storm. I didn't want to sacrifice either Psyshock or Earth Power either, because those could be very useful. We're running Timid Nature at max speed, max special attack, 4 special defense. I originally debated running Calm Mind on it, but that would require me to get rid of either one of my coverage moves or Protect. And I really need Protect. Protect is really essential on Mega Diancie, in my opinion. Get the free speed boost. Although one day I will end up not running Protect, so yeah. But yeah, Mega Diancie will be, our Mega will be full on special attacking for our Week 3 match against Point Blank. And hopefully we can put in the work here. Our next mon that we're going to be running is going to be Keel the Electros. Just like we're running the same set as we did at Week 1, although I found out that my Week 1 Electros actually had max speed instead of max HP because my genner kind of genned it wrong. In addition to not genning the correct hidden power on it, but that's okay. It's whatever really. I did change the EVs up on my Electros. It's now max HP and max special attack. I made sure of that. Again, we're going to be running the same intended EV spread as we were intending to in Week 1. Max speed, max HP, max special attack, 4 defense with the Assault Vest. This week we're running Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Flamethrower, and Giga Drain. We're running Thunderbolt and Volt Switch for stab damage, Volt Switch to pivot out. We're running Flamethrower for the Mega Aggron, and I believe Amoonguss. Yeah, Mega Aggron and Amoonguss. And we are running Giga Drain to do a lot of damage to the Crocodile. Electros will be one of our key mons against the Crocodile, since we don't really have much else that we can really throw out against it. But yeah, we'll also be running Thunderbolt for the Slowbro. We'll be running Thunderbolt and Volt Switch to hit Thunderous Incarnate for heavy neutral damage. Same with Aerodactyl for super effective damage and whatnot. So Electros will be handling the Mega Aggron and the Aerodactyl and the Slowbro and the Amoonguss to a certain extent. Our next mon that we're running is the Broken, aka Volcanion. I believe we ran a choice spec set Week 1 against the Legend of Seabass. It unfortunately did not do too well, as much as I'd hope it would have done. But this week we are running a Shukaberry Volcanion with Toxic. Now we're running Steam Eruption and Heat Wave as stab. We're running Sludge Wave to hit the Aromatisse. We're running Toxic to wear down the Slowbro as it switches in. And we're running Shukaberry to reduce the amount of damage that a ground type attack will do to us. Keeping Volcanion at max health is going to be very important against the Crocodile, because we do want Volcanion to take a physical earthquake from Crocodile while knocking it out in one hit with Steam Eruption. We're running 252 speed, 252 special attack, and 4 defense. Let me show you some calcs real quick. Let's go ahead and calc Volcanion versus Crocodile. Blink set, level 50. 252 special attack, 252 speed. Yeah, we'll only put Steam Eruption because that's all we're calcing for really. Steam Eruption. Well, give it a Timid Nature in the Shukaberry. Let's go ahead and do that. Shukaberry versus Crocodile. We'll go UU Choice Scarf, because why not? Alright, as you see here, an Earthquake from Crocodile will do about 43.2 to 52.2% to a Shukaberry 4 defense Volcanion, so it will have a 10.9% chance to 2-hit KO. Whereas Steam Eruption will 1-hit KO the Crocodile, no doubt. So we can pretty much lure the Crocodile into using Earthquake. Shukaberry is revealed. Bam! Volcanion lives in Earthquake. I believe it even lives in Earthquake with a critical hit. Yes. A critical hit Earthquake will not even 1-hit KO Volcanion at full health. It'll do 78% max after Shukaberry. So, yeah, he basically goes for Earthquake, thinking he's going to knock out our Volcanion. Bam, we reveal a Shukaberry. reduces the damage, only a 2-hit KO, and we fire a Steam Eruption, and assuming we don't miss, we 1-hit KO the Crocodile, and that is a load off my back. So we can probably ask Speed for Intimidation with max speed if he's a defensive Crocodile. Let me see if there's any defensive sets for Crocodile. We can see. I don't know what the what a defensive Intimidate Stealth Rocker would run. So either way, though, we should be able to live an Earthquake from Crocodile and fire it back with a Steam Eruption, knocking the Crocodile out in 1 hit. Assuming we do not miss the Steam Eruption, there is a 95% chance to miss Steam Eruption. So, well, knowing my luck, that might actually happen, unfortunately. We're definitely not going to be keeping the Volcanion in on Thunderous, though, because we're not Assault Vested this week, and I don't believe we can take a Thunderbolt from Thunderous Incarnate, so yeah. So Volcanion will be our out to Crocodile, assuming we do not take any prior damage to it. Next, we will have Nature Valley the Celebi here, with the moves Seed Bomb, Zen Headbutt, Heal Bell, Recover, Calm Nature, no, not Calm Nature, Careful Nature, 240 HP, 244 Special Defense, and 24 Speed. It is going to be running leftovers. We have Seed Bomb and Zen Headbutt, basically a stab, and we have Celebi to switch into a possible Spore from Amoonguss. I don't know how well Celebi takes a Sludge Bomb from Amoonguss, so let me check the set that we have. The set that we have on Celebi is 240 HP, I believe, along with defense, 240 special defense, and oh no, it's 240 HP, right? 244 HP, 240. No wait, 240 HP. Okay, 244 special defense, and I believe 24 speed. Yes, 24 speed. 24 speed. Let's go ahead and change it to Careful Nature. Whereas Amoonguss will cut OU defensive, because that's what I'm assuming. Alright, Amoonguss' Sludge Bomb will have a 32.1 to 39% chance to 3-hit KO Celebi after leftovers, and assuming we don't go for Recover. Let's see what Zen Headbutt will do from a non-offensive Celebi. Zen Headbutt will have a 15.2% chance of 2-hit KO after Black Sludge Recovery. So, assuming we get some flinches, we can probably take out Amoonguss with 2 or 3 hits. Zen Headbutt will do 46.1 to 55.2% to Amoonguss. So, against Point Blank's roster, we are going to be running our physically defensive Zapdos with Defog, our Scarf Rapid Spin Excadrill, our specially offensive Mega Diancie, our Assault Vest specially offensive Electros, our Shukaberry Volcanion with Toxic to break down Slowbro, and our specially defensive Celebi with physical attack. So that is the team that we're going to be bringing against Point Blank for our Week 3 match. I'm feeling a little bit confident against him. I honestly expect him to bring Amoonguss, Slowbro, Infernape, Crocodile, Mega Aggron, and Thunderous Incarnate. I'm expecting to bring those 6 mon, so it'll be very interesting to see how this match turns out. But next up, we are going to be going up against Carson for Week 4 of the PMU, and it is actually this week's match. Carson has the draft of Thunderous Therian, Florges, Donphan, Arcanine, Shinshino, Golurk, Mega Venusaur, Hydreigon, Slowking, Mesprit, and Leavening. Blah. Ironically enough, Carson and Point Blank have the opposite versions of Thunderous and Slowbro / Slowking. Carson has Thunderous Therian and Slowking, while Point Blank has Thunderous Incarnate and Slowbro. So I find that very ironic that I'm going to be facing both Thunderous and both Slowpoke evolutions this week for the PMU. Our team builder against Carson is going to be as follows. We are going to be bringing this team against him. We're going to be bringing our especially defensive Zapdos to take hits from Hydreigon. Moves are Volt Switch, Air Cutter again, Hidden Power Ice, and Roost. We're not running Defog Zapdos this week. 248 HP, 64 defense, 180 special defense, and 16 speed. Leftovers and pressure is the ability because you can not have pressure, static and air cutter on the same Zapdos. It's not compatible. We are running Flygon, the Flygon, with Earthquake, Dragon Claw, Stone Edge, and U-Turn. We're running a Choice Scarf Flygon, Adamant Nature to make up for the low base attack of Flygon. Flygon's only base 100 attack, so yeah, we have to add that extra firepower to Flygon. Unless he's running a faster Scarfer, we should be able to outspeed pretty much everything on his team. We're running Stone Edge for the Thunderous Therian. We're running Earthquake and Dragon Claw for stat. We're running U-Turn to pivot out. Yeah, we're running his Choice Scarf. We're running physically defensive Empoleon this week. The reason why is because we're running specially defensive Zapdos, so I want Empoleon to be able to take some physical hits from Donphan. The moveset this week is going to be Scald, Toxic, Stealth Rock, and Defog on Empoleon. 248 HP, 252 defense, 8 special defense with a Bold Nature on the Empoleon. Torrent is the ability, Leftovers is a held item. Let's go over some calcs real quick for this Empoleon. So we are running physically defensive Empoleon. Let's go run our custom set here, since there is no physically defensive sets on Showdown. Bold Nature, 248 HP, 252 defense, and 8 special defense. With Scald, Toxic to wear down the Slowking, Stealth Rock, and Defog. And we are going to be calcing against Donphan here. We'll call it Defensive Spinner. Whoops, my mouse has stopped lagging. Alright, Donphan's Earthquake will be a 2-hit KO on Empoleon. It does 54.7 to 66.3% right off the bat, and with a critical hit, Donphan's Earthquake will do a maximum of 98.9% damage. So assuming I get Empoleon in at full health, we can take up 2 EQs from Donphan, fire back with Scald, potentially get a burn, and 2-hit KO Donphan that way. If he's running an offensive spinner in Donphan, we will be in a lot more trouble. However, Donphan, even offensively, will not one-hit KO Empoleon, physically defensive Empoleon, unless he gets a critical hit with Earthquake. Now, Scald from Empoleon will do about 54.5 to 64.1% damage. To Donphan, it's not going to be a one-hit KO, barring 30, because we're not an offensive Empoleon. However, we can potentially get a burn and cripple his Earthquake and finish him off with second Scald. So this Empoleon is being built to take an Earthquake from Donphan and take it on 2 hits with Scald. Oh yeah, also offensive route spin Donphan is Assault Vested, so it's worth noting that's why Scald doesn't do too much. So yeah, that's why we're running the physically defensive Empoleon this week. I also believe we have the physically defensive Empoleon to deal with his Arcanine and Golurk. Now, we're not going to keep Empoleon on a Thunderous T, that would be dumb. We don't have Flashkin, sadly, to deal with the Florges, so we're going to have to rely on Elder Moss to take care of it. I had to make room for Toxic, because I do want to poison and cripple the Slowking. Empoleon can easily take some hits from Shinshino, seeing as how we are physically defensive Empoleon. And that is why we are running that set of the Empoleon. Next up, we're running my typical Mega Diancie. It is the Mixed Attacker. 252 special attack, 252 speed, 4 attack. The moves are Moonblast, DiamondStorm, Psychic, and Protect. We have really no reason to run Earth Power. We can hit Arcanine for heavy damage with DiamondStorm. We need Psychic to hit the Mega Venusaur, and we have Moonblast as stab. So let me run some calcs with Mega Diancie here. Our mixed set of Mega Diancie. So we'll go level 50, max speed, max special attack, 4 attack. We'll go with Naive Nature, because why not? And we'll go Moonblast, DiamondStorm, and Psychic. I did some calcs. We'll go Psychic and Psyshock just so I can show you the difference in terms of calcs. Versus Mega Venusaur. So let's go over Mega Venusaur's set first. Let's go over the defensive Mega Venusaur. OU defensive will show that Psychic does more damage than Psyshock to the Mega Venusaur. Defensive Mega Venusaur. So that's why we're running Psychic over Psyshock. But Psychic has an added chance to lower special defense. And to offensive Mega Venusaur, Psychic still does more damage to Mega Venusaur than Psyshock. Again, 54.4% to 66.3% damage. And Psyshock does only 48.9 to 58.6%. Psychic will be a 2-hit KO if we can hit Venusaur on the switch. Sally Gigsbury will 1-hit KO Diancie, no doubt about it. So that's why we're running Mixed Diancie today. I want to see what Mega Diancie's Diamond Storm will do to an Arcanine. We'll go OU defensive. Diamond Storm has a 47.7% chance of 2-hit KO to the Arcanine after Leftovers Recovery. Now, assuming this Arcanine does not run Iron Tail or Iron Head, we should be able to wall the Arcanine out nice. Let's see if it's not Intimidate. Let's go for a none. So Diamond Storm will be a guaranteed 2-hit KO on the Arcanine. The 71.4 to 85.7% to the Arcanine without an attack drop on Diancie. So we can get a 2-hit KO on it. We can probably hit it with a Diamond Storm on the switch when he predicts a Moonblast, and then we can finish it off in Diamond Storms, and we should be good. So that's why I'm running that set on the Mega Diancie this week. The next set we are running is going to be Choice Specs Volcanon, just like week 1. We are running Steam Eruption, Heat Wave, Sludge Wave, and Hidden Power Grass. Almost nothing wants to switch into a Choice Specs Steam Eruption, especially when it has a chance to burn it. Nobody likes chip damage like that, but yeah, we're going to run Heat Wave, deal with the Venusaur. We're going to run Steam Eruption, deal with the Arcanine. We're going to run Sludge Wave, deal with the Florges. We're running Hidden Power Grass and 2-hit KO the Slowking. And it's going to be a Choice Specs Volcanion this week. And last but not least, we're running the same Assault Vest Electros, 252 HP, 252 Special Attack, 4 Defense, Thunderbolt, Vulture, Signal Beam, and Giga Drain. We're running Signal Beam for the Leaveney, running Giga Drain for the Dawn Fan, running Volt Switch and Thunderbolt as stab moves. We have the Assault Vest to take special attacks better. So that is basically the thoughts I put into this team for both weeks 3 and 4. Hopefully we do well. My week 3 match is scheduled for tonight. My week 4 match is scheduled for tomorrow. So yeah, the medals will be uploaded on Sunday. Again, as I mentioned before, I do not know if it's going to be a double upload or they're going to be in the same video. That is yet to be determined, but hopefully I can pull this through. I'm feeling confident against Point Blank. I'm not feeling too confident against Carson, but we're going to see how it all pans out. And that is basically my team builder for weeks 3 and 4 of the Pokemon Masters United PMU Draft League. So guys, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Want to see more fantastic Draft League action? Remember to support the Charlotte Beedrills, and I will catch you on the flip side. And remember, stay salty, Rage Quitters. Stay salty. Whoop whoop. Alright, Mousetrap, a little bit of a change of plans in terms of the sets. I know earlier in the video I said I was going to run Specially Defensive Zapdos for the Draft League, but I decided to go off Offensive Life Orb Zapdos instead because I needed a bit more firepower on Zapdos to deal with Mega Venusaur. I was thinking about ways to deal with Mega Venusaur, and Psychic on Mega Diancie predicting the switch is just not a good enough way to do that. So remember back to Season 1 of the National Pokemon Association, how I had a Zapdos with Extra Sensory, and I decided to run Extra Sensory with Zapdos. Now, you guys may be wondering, why not Air Cutter? I mean, you had Air Cutter on the Specially Defensive Zapdos. Well, the reason is simple. 1, Air Cutter has less base power than Extra Sensory. 2, Air Cutter, while having the chance to crit is nice, has less accuracy than Extra Sensory. And 3, I'd be running a Special Defensive Zapdos with Air Cutter instead of an Offensive Zapdos with Extra Sensory. By running Offensive Extra Sensory Zapdos, I can do more damage to the Mega Venusaur. So let's go over some calcs real quick. From a Life Orb, Timid, 252 Special Attack Zapdos, Extra Sensory will be close to a 2-hit KO pretty much on a offensive Mega Venusaur. As you can see from the calcs here, it does 54.8 to 65.2% damage to the Mega Venusaur. It also has a chance to flinch if we need that. To a physically defensive Mega Venusaur, extra sensory at level 50. Whoops, not level 100. Extra sensory will be almost a 2-hit KO. It'll be an 87.9% chance to 2-hit KO the Mega Venusaur. It does between 47.3 and 57.5% damage when running Life Orb. So that's pretty much the reason why I decided to run offensive Zapdos for the Mega Venusaur, in addition to Psychic Mega Diancie. I'm very comfortable with it because either way it could be a 2-hit KO. The Mega Venusaur can't really 1-hit KO the Zapdos with any of its moves, not even Sludge Bomb. Sludge Bomb will not be a 2-hit KO on a full HP Zapdos. The next change I decided to make was Flygon. Now I'm still running Scarf Flygon with Earthquake, Dragon Claw, Stone Edge, and U-Turn, but instead of running an Adamant Nature, I decided to go with a Jolly Nature. So we're going to change this right here, because I realized that he has a Hydreigon on his team, and a Adamant Scarf Flygon will not outspeed a timid Scarf Hydreigon. So that's why we need to go Jolly here. We're going to lose some bit of power because we don't have the Adamant Nature on it, but overall, I'd rather lose a bit of power than outright lose my Flygon to a Scarf timid Hydreigon, if it does so happen to bring that. The next change I decided to make was switch from physically defensive Empoleon to specially defensive Empoleon. And the reason why is because I need Empoleon to switch into Hydreigon better and be able to take more of its hits. Physically defensive Empoleon is not going to be taking very many hits from Hydreigon compared to what it would if it was specially defensive. I know that we'll be losing some capabilities against the Donphan when we're running special defensive Empoleon. But let's go ahead and check out the spread of the Empoleon and compare it to Donphan and see what the calcs say on that. Very well could be a 1-hit KO on Donphan's side on the Empoleon, but I feared this was ultimately the way to go. So that's why we are going with specially defensive Empoleon in this draft league. So Scald, we'll just say Scald, Defog, Stealth Rock, and Toxic. We're still running Toxic in case he brings a Slow King. And Donphan, defensive Spinner. Let's go ahead and get some EVs up. 252 Special Defense, 252 HP, and 4 Defense. So unfortunately for us, Donphan is going to do a maximum of 91% damage to our specially defensive Empoleon. Empoleon will do about 76.1 to 89.3% damage to the Donphan. So that's what we're looking at here. At least Empoleon can still survive a hit from it. And Ice Shard will not finish off Empoleon, because after Leftovers Recovery, Empoleon will eat up that Ice Shard because it's Time Sword resisted, it's not stat, and the Donphan is not really offensively invested, except for maybe 4 attack EVs. Let's see what offensive Donphan will do. Now, offensive Donphan, unfortunately, will 1-hit KO our Empoleon. Now, we could have lived if we were a physically defensive one, but since we're going special defensive Empoleon now, it's not going to be able to live a hit from Donphan's Earthquake, so... Oh, I calculated at level 5th, 100. Oh, it'll still be a 1-hit KO either way. But, yeah. So we have to pray that he does not bring a physically offensive Donphan, and rather just brings a defensive Spinner set. And the next change to my team for this week I made is Electros. We are going to be running Hidden Power Ice instead of Volt Switch. And the reason why is we need more ways to hit the Thunderous T. And we have Thunderbolt for Stab, we have Signal Beam to hit Hydreigon, hit Leaveney, hit Mesprit, we have Giga Drain to deal with the Golurk, and now we have Hidden Power Ice to deal with the Thunderous Therian. We are Assault Vested, so we can easily take some hits from Thunderous Therian. Let's go ahead and calc something here. Let's go with our Special Defensive Electros set with the Assault Vest, well, just our Assault Vest modest set. 252 Special Attack is what we're running on it, 252 HP, and 4 Defense versus a Thunderous Therian. We'll go with the Double Dance set on it. I believe we'll go with Life Orb. We'll see what the calcs say for Life Orb. Alright, so we're going to put Life Orb on Thunderous, and we'll put Focus Blast on it. I know Hidden Power Ice will not be a one-hit KO on the Electros, even at +2. So we'll go for a +2 special attack. Unfortunately for us, Thundersturian can one-hit KO our Electros. Oh wait, I forgot to put the necessary items on. Alright, so let's assume we're running Assault Vest, which we are. Alright, so +2 Thunderous' Focus Blast will have a 25% chance to one-hit KO. Electros' Hidden Power Ice, however, will actually be, I believe, a 2-hit KO. Yes, it'll be a 2-hit KO on the Thunderous Therian. So he'll waste his turn setting up focus on that slot. We'll get a Hidden Power Ice off. We'll do 50.6 to 59.7 damage to him. And then what's going to happen is that he's going to go for Focus Blast. He'll have a 25% chance of one-hit KO us with it. But if he does not one-hit KO us with it, or he misses, then Hidden Power Ice is going to finish off the Thunderous Therian. So that's basically the updated sets that we're going to be running for those reasons. Let's go over them real quick again. Life Orb, Offensive Zapdos, 252 Speed, 4 Special Defense, 252 Special Attack, with Volt Switch, Extra Sensory, Hidden Power Ice, and Roost. With the Life Orb, of course, Pressure, because we can't have stack Extra Sensory Zapdos. And you know, if I really wanted to, I could PP stall using Pressure on the Mega Venusaur and keep going for Roost and whatnot. So that is also another option. And then our next change is we're switching the nature off our Flygon to Jolly. And then we're going to be running Specially Defensive Empoleon. The moveset is pretty much the same as the intended physically defensive one, sorry. And then we're changing a move off of Electros and running Hidden Power Ice instead of Volt Switch. So that's the updated set for this week's match against Creeper Hugger 61, aka Carson of the Arizona DiamondStorms. And I'm going to go off and do that match right now. So thank you all for watching. Sorry for changing my sets and having to edit this video when it was actually done. So I have to re-upload this. But yeah, leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more fantastic Draft League action. And I will catch you on the flip side. And remember, stay salty, Rage Quitters. Stay salty. Whoop whoop.